So, hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Turn 5 podcast. It is time to review the Chinese Grand Prix. We've had our first sprint weekend of 2026. But first, let's do news because it's been quite a big week for news. Bahrain and Saudi Arabia have been called off.
Pseudo cancelled.
Yeah.
Cancelled in every respect of the word, but nobody's actually used it.
Yeah, so the F1 statement simply says it will not happen in April.
I feel like this is a very important distinction to make because everyone's just kind of said, "Oh, it's cancelled." This is the FIA.
Yeah, those words I feel have been chosen
Deliberately.
very carefully.
It
It has been confirmed today that after careful evaluations, due to the ongoing situation in the Middle East, the Bahrain and Saudi Arabian Grand Prix will not take place in April.
It's one of those ones where, in all essences, they've shut the door, but they've just left it ajar enough that they can kick it open again and go, "Surprise! Here comes Bahrain." So they've not shut and locked the door. They've just left it on the latch.
I'm trying to see when they can fit it in.
They
though.
can't. They just can't.
There's no space.
Yeah, there's obviously August, but I feel like it'd be too warm out there at that point.
And that would
And
have
that's
to
the
involve
factory
cancelling the
shutdown.
summer break, yeah.
And then maybe after Singapore, between Singapore and USA.
No, but they can't do that because that would make it a quintuple header.
Would they care?
In fact,
surely the teams would give some pushback on that.
Yeah, it would be a quintuple header. Singapore, race, US, Mexico, Brazil. I mean, they could just go all like ham for the hog, put that in there, and put the other one between Brazil and Las Vegas, and have like 8 straight weeks of Formula One.
That would be hell.
It'd be amazing for us, though.
No, because the drivers would not be physically on top of it. Like, imagine you've acclimatized to the USA, then Mexico and Brazil, all roughly on the same sort of time zone. Your body's doing a good thing. You're on the right rhythm. You're supposed to go to Vegas, where you're going to offset it slightly because it's a night race. But instead, you have to fuck off to the Middle East for 5 days and then go to Vegas and then come back to the Middle East.
Or the only other option is they upset Abu Dhabi and do it after.
Or do they? They push Abu Dhabi back.
Yeah.
And slot them in.
Also true, but they would need to make that decision sort of now. If they're going to do it after, that's fine, but
not really. I think they could make that sort of decision as late as the summer break, I feel.
Yeah, just sort of try put it in the works for now and be like, hey, because of this happening, we're thinking of doing this.
Look, they can still, if they push it back,
keep on your toes.
Push it back 2 weeks. That's enough room for both of them. Yes, that leaves us with 5 weeks of racing back to back to back to back to back at the end of the season. But it means for the last 4 of them, they're all in the same time zone, which I think is better.
Yeah.
Because then you can have Abu Dhabi's currently scheduled for the 6th of December. You can have Bahrain on the 6th, Saudi Arabia on the 13th, Abu Dhabi on the 20th. Done, and everyone's home in time for Christmas. It's not unfeasible.
There is the entire possibility that we don't get Qatar or Abu Dhabi either.
This is also true.
Also true.
Azerbaijan is slightly sketchy as well.
Vegas.
Oh God, please, not a Vegas season finale. No, anything but
that. To be, would a Vegas last race of the season be worse than Abu Dhabi though?
Yeah.
I don't think
probably.
I'm not sure if it would.
Racing in Vegas.
I don't know. The racing's not bad.
Seeing George Russell win the title in Vegas would be bad, though.
Yeah. I want to raise the point that
think of the after party though.
Azerbaijan
Yeah.
is not a million miles away from
No.
its next door neighbours.
Mm.
So Azerbaijan is also in a sketchy position here.
Although it's not really been involved in anything.
No, it's in the other direction, but it is still next door.
Yeah, it's like
probably more secure than the last two Grand Prix, and we're not meant to go there for 9 months.
Yeah. It is just an outside possibility, but because it's north of everything, but it is still worth saying that it is within the region.
So obviously we now have a month without F1 in April.
Yeah, this kind of fucks our calendar up a little bit.
Yeah. But I've seen quite a few people say this, and I actually agree. What I would like to see, I know we don't normally do it, but given the issues many teams have been having in the first few rounds, can we have a mid-season test?
That would be interesting. I was just going to say this is probably Aston Martin's greatest break. This is a huge lucky break for them because they now have an extra month where they don't have to worry about shipping everything off to the circuit and testing it, everything. They can just focus on building parts and testing their components. They can do a promotional day or whatever the hell they need to get some more mileage done. And they might actually be able to come out of the starting blocks in Miami and finish a race.
Yeah. To be fair, a mid-season test would help them with that as well, because they'd actually put the parts on the track.
Yeah, but I think their biggest issue at the minute is actual manufacture. Which, if you suddenly have no pressure to immediately produce everything, you're in a better position to be able to produce enough parts that you then have the parts you need and some spares.
But yeah, I guess we'll see. Especially when there's talk of them changing the regulations to fix some of the issues that have been having. Again, a mid-season test to be like, we've changed the engines.
Yeah.
Do you want to find out if they work?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure Silverstone or Catalonia or someone will be free. Just go there for a week.
I'd still want it at a track that's like Jerez or like Imola.
A non-current F1 calendar track, so that they don't get too much data.
Yeah, I suppose that is true as well.
Actually, hang on. Let's have
I hear Mugello's free this time of year.
Yeah.
You're so close to what I'm thinking.
Maranello. Here we go.
Let's see what's going on at the Autodromo Internacional do Algarve. The Algarve is free. The only thing I can see on their website is Superbikes at the end of March.
Which is fine, because we'll be in Japan.
Exactly. So I'm just saying.
Or
trip to Portugal,
they could just stay in Japan as well. Although Suzuka's probably more busy than...
And if they're going to be altering the rules and stuff,
we need a couple
quite
weeks.
A lot. It's quite a distance to ship things out.
Yeah, it is.
I think Portugal is not a bad idea.
Let's be honest, it probably won't happen because
of course
common
not.
sense on these things. But
teams are struggling. Ha! Oh well.
I think that sort of sums up that section of the news. In other news, F1 won an Oscar. F1 the movie got the Oscar for Best Sound. Disappointingly not Best Picture. I was looking forward to it winning the top award of the evening.
Wow. Yeah. Can't say that's a big surprise. Also, can't say I'm surprised it didn't win Best CGI because it was going up against Avatar 3, and that was just basically a shoo-in.
Yeah.
Like, you look at Avatar and you go, what the hell?
There's an award for best CGI.
Yeah.
And Fast and Furious have never won it. And they put a fucking car in space.
I think you'll find there isn't an award for best practical effects.
Alright, okay. Because the crashes in this F1 film and then Fast and Furious previously. How they've created that is insane. So it should be awarded.
Yeah, to be fair, most of the F1 films crashes were actually practical effects rather than CGI.
And the Ferrari film. That's a good crash.
But anyway, yeah, congrats to all the guys that made F1 the movie, winning an Oscar.
That's going to be plastered everywhere now, isn't it?
F1 the movie 2 is in the works. Although it is
If you
take a good few years because they want to make it a good sequel.
Would it, right, for F1 2 movie, we're guessing that the team's going to go on and win everything, right?
It's just championship charge.
Would it
fight for a championship?
You'd
Yeah.
think so. Would that not make sense to create that on like the first season of a new regulation?
Well, they've missed that boat. Here comes 2028 engine reg change. You heard it here first.
To be fair, though, it doesn't really matter when they make the movie. Cause, like,
Yeah, they can just write the story that there was in a reg change, can't they?
Yeah, that's true.
Because, well, the last movie was shot over 2 seasons, which is why some cars magically changed the livery.
Yeah. But equally, they were written within a stable rule set. It's not like we went from. It's not like they filmed over 2021 to 2022, is it?
Yeah,
That would have been funny.
That would have been hilarious. And halfway through the season, the entire grid has changed their cars, except for Apex, who have managed to file a suit with the FIA to let them use an old regulation car. Apparently, we're hearing it still fits the new regulation set.
Maybe that's how they win the title. They just bring last year's
old car
to a new regulation set.
Just find a massive loophole in the regulations. Apex win, lol.
Well, they cheated in the last film, so.
So, shall we get to the main crux of this week's episode, the Chinese Grand Prix?
Sure.
At one sentence, race review, please, Ben.
I don't know. My mind's gone blank. Just
Good
disappointment and sadness.
Rich?
The embarrassment will be forgotten.
We'll come back to that in a moment. I'm just going to go with a very simple one. Well done, Kimi Antonelli.
Yeah, that's why it will be forgotten.
Okay, now, Rich, explain yours.
The Formula One management and Formula One broadcasting company, whoever's in control of the onboard telemetry graphics, got caught with their pants down in sprint qualifying. When we were on board with Kimi Antonelli down the 1.2 kilometre long back straight leading into turn 15 of the Chinese circuit, wasn't ideal that the top speed graphic seemed to top out at 325 kilometres an hour and remained at a very consistent 325 kilometres an hour past a point where we know the drivers have run out of battery because that graphic was still working. So how is he still maintaining this 325 kilometres an hour even though he's no longer deploying half of the engine's power? And then equally, how was he maintaining 325 kilometres an hour when the other side of the telemetry graphic showed he was standing on the brake pedal? That's a confusing one. Equally, it's just a bit embarrassing for Formula One as a whole that A, they're covering up the issues with battery and top speed and power deployment, but B, that they can't go down one whole straight at full speed for the whole duration of the straight. It's a bit embarrassing for the sport, isn't it?
God help us when we get to Azerbaijan.
God help us when we get to Monza. There is zero recharge at Monza.
Oh, yeah, very little recharge at Monza, but I'm more thinking the length of the straight in Azerbaijan.
I'm thinking over the length of a Grand Prix, we're just going to be getting slower.
Ferrari might win.
But if they can keep their tyres in check, that's the thing. Ferrari showed good pace, but they also showed that they know how to eat through tyres once again. This seems to be a common thing for Ferrari over recent years, is that they design a halfway decent car, but it just chews through tyres.
Yeah.
Right, you could go into Ascari and Parabolica just not braking at all. just when the battery dies,
just because your battery's run out, you've lost enough speed that you can take the corner flat out. The problem is the flat is your battery.
Yeah,
there was another bit of
it was like a
faux pas from FOM during the Chinese Grand Prix weekend. The podium announcements, as Kimi Antonelli took to the podium, he was not announced as Kimi Antonelli. He was in fact announced as Kimi Raikkonen.
Yes!
Oh, what a... Yes.
Kimi Raikkonen's back out of retirement, folks.
We love that.
Back out of retirement and immediately wins a race.
Mika Hakkinen could never. That's sabbatical.
I was going to say, he didn't retire. He's on a sabbatical.
That's what I'm saying. He could never. Yeah, that's a bit of a faux pas.
Whoopsies from FOM this weekend. Shall we get into the race weekend as a whole then? Sprint qualifying. I'm trying to remember, was there any major shocks in sprint quality?
I'd say the one thing with sprint qualifying was you were seeing Red Bull on the edge of danger.
Yes. In terms of was there any major upsets in sprint quality, the answer is well, no. It was we were 2x2. It was both the Cadillac. Well, Sergio Perez didn't set a time, or am I on regular? Yeah, no, this is sprint quality. Sergio Perez didn't set a time. So Bottas slowest in the Cadillac, pretty much as expected. The two Astons in front of him, can't say it's unexpected. The shocker for me is that it's both Williams going out in Q1.
Honestly,
like they were 5th last year in the constructors overall, not necessarily the circuit.
It's just sort of a shock towards this season.
I think it's more just an indictment of where Williams actually are.
Yeah.
We sort of knew that coming out of testing that they were not good, but
well, we knew that going into testing.
Damn, they're not good.
Damn, they're not here.
Yeah.
As you say,
probably the roughest for any fan of this year of F1. If you're a Williams fan, going through last year, being like, 2026 is going to be our year.
There are Aston Martin fans out there.
Yeah, but they weren't. Were they promised a good car in 2026?
Yeah, they paid for the best car designer in the history of vans.
Promised, and everyone just sort of assumed because they got Newey that their car is going to be fucking a rocket ship.
Well, it could be.
But the thing is, Newey got dealt the fucking Honda engine card, and even he's gone, I can't do fuck all with that, mate.
Well, I mean, by the sounds of it, it's almost the other way around. Newey's designed a car and then gone, right, fit an engine in this space. And Honda have gone, what the fuck? No.
Yeah.
And designed a literal tractor.
But yeah, as you said, Rich, it was sort of the first showing that Red Bull are not looking strong. Isaac Hadjar only got through to SQ3 by 0.015. See F1? Notice how 3 decimal places is good?
Mm-hmm. It's almost like we need it.
So, yeah, and then they just weren't really that competitive in SQ3 either. Max Verstappen was nearly 2 seconds off of the pole position time.
Yeah, they're shoemate. That's what that is.
He got done by an Alpine.
Yeah.
On pure pace.
Yeah.
What was hilarious to me was that was the driver that Red Bull got rid of.
Was Pierre Gasly right to leave Red Bull?
Yes.
Even though they won the last 4 titles in a fucking row.
He was just playing the long game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it seems to be paying dividends now.
He's played the long game. He's got back to where he was.
Midpoint, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pecking order sort of has established itself-ish.
Yeah.
It is very clearly Mercedes.
Yes.
Second place, I would say, is Ferrari.
Oh, yeah, by far.
Easily.
Third place, as and when Mercedes provide a power unit that doesn't fuck up, would be McLaren.
Just in the world of its own.
Yeah.
There's no one near it.
And then I think this might annoy some people. I'm going to say that after McLaren is a fight between Red Bull, Haas, and Alpine as what I will describe as the top of the midfield.
I'd still be tempted to put Red Bull fourth because of Melbourne, the fact that Hadjar qualified third or something. It shows that there is something in that car as much as it
but equally
Shanghai
8th and 10th this week in sprint quali
is
and
crap,
and 8th and 9th in actual quali, getting done by an Alpine in both sessions and a Haas just behind them. I think they're there or thereabouts. Surprisingly for me, I think Audi is not too far behind that group.
Yeah. But yeah, Ben, obviously you say, yes, he qualified third in Melbourne, but even before his engine blew up, he was nowhere near it.
Yeah, it's true. They're definitely closer to Haas and all than McLaren.
On race pace, they are further from the front than they are to the midfield.
I mean, the championship is already insane after 2 rounds. So you've got the back markers, Aston Martin are in 11th, Cadillac in 10th, and Williams in 9th, all 0. You've got
Whoa. Williams have 2, thank you very much. Carlos Sainz scored points.
Not according to the F1 website.
Well, I'm on the F1 website.
Yeah, Williams have got 2 points.
I'm going to share my screen.
Okay, let's see it.
Because I'm being lied to by Formula 1.
Yeah, you are being lied to.
That's hilarious. Because I'm on the exact same website.
What?
There you go.
Yeah, you got it.
He's done it. He's done it. He's updated. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know when I was getting points from, but
last round.
Points. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's do that again then. You've got Aston Martin, Cadillac in 11th and 10th on 0. Williams in 9th on 2. Audi in 8th on 2. Alpine in 7th with 10. Then Racing Bulls and Red Bull are tied on 12.
Sister teams.
Yeah. Racing Bulls, you know what you need to do in the next race.
Haas are in 4th with 17. a point behind McLaren with 18, and then Ferrari are in second with 67. And then
Yeah.
Mercedes are winning with 98. But
Yeah. That's what happens when you finish 1, 2, 3, 4 for 2 races.
Lewis Hamilton alone would be ahead of everyone other than Mercedes.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that McLaren are in third and all they have is one car finish, and that was in second place, and that's it. They've got 3 DNSs out of 4 entries.
And a third place, yeah.
Second place. 18 points is second.
Yeah, but they didn't. That was from 2 fifth places.
Yeah, there's a sprint.
Oh shit, there's a sprint. Yeah, third place. I'm just getting too excited.
Well, it's from 4th and 5th.
Oscar Piastri is 12th in the World Drivers' Championship with 3 points.
How is he still up that high?
Because of the sprint.
It's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, he's not participated in a Grand Prix and is 12th in the World Drivers' Championship.
God bless sprint weekends, I guess. Oh, Lance Stroll, he's actually classified now because he finished the sprint.
Yes.
There are 22 drivers in this championship now. Thank you, Formula One.
So yeah, I do agree that the pecking order is firmly established at this point.
Speaking of the pecking order, just throwing this out there, big shout out. Alpine, Franco Colapinto. He's got one. Just one. But he's got one. He did it. He's got a point in an Alpine.
From 1 week getting a Colapinto and go penalty.
to scoring a point the next. What a turnaround.
That's crazy. Yeah. He got a point even though he got taken out by Ocon as well. Insane.
Actually, fair play to Ocon on that one for just straight up owning up to it.
Yeah. Well, I can understand what Ocon was going for.
But
he was just a little late.
Yeah. Martin Brundle, anyone? A day late and $1 short?
$1 short, yeah. So yeah, the sprint. Let's actually talk about the sprint now. As pretty much expected, we had the 2 Mercedes drive off into the distance in the end. Sorry, the one.
We had one bogged down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although once again, the Ferrari was a rocket ship off the line.
It's the small turbo. They've looked at the rules and gone, there's a problem. Let's design our engine to deal with that problem. And it's reaping rewards because they jumped Kimi off. They absolutely mobbed him off the line. They got George as well. It's just the fact that Merc is just overall a better car, and they just dealt with it. George could just drive off.
If the rumours that they're going to basically nerf the Merc in June turn out to be true, I wouldn't count Ferrari out of this championship.
Especially considering if they're still doing it in June, Merc have just lost 2 races where they have a more powerful engine. So that is a bigger chunk of deficit points that the bigger deficit gap that they would have that could be easily overturned. If, however,
I genuinely would not count Ferrari out.
No, if, however, the Merc survives this nerfing, I think I have my bold season prediction.
What was that again?
Well, I think so far I was aiming for Esteban Ocon to lose his seat mid-season. But I think now I want Mercedes 1,000 points. We're 2 weekends in, and they're on 98.
Yeah.
I think 1,000 could be on the cards. This would be a massive record. I think the record was McLaren with 800 and something.
Is it doable having lost 2 rounds though?
I haven't actually run the numbers, so let's run it live. Why not?
Yeah, get the calculator up.
So it's 25 plus 18 is 43.
Yes,
Times that by 22 is 946. Plus, what is it? 8 and 7, so 15 for the sprints. 15. Times that by 6 is 30 times 3, so plus another 90.
How?
No, because we're counting for the whole season. We're seeing how many points are available.
But we've already had 1 sprint weekend.
Yeah, but we've already had 2 races. But I'm saying, what's the total available? So total available, I've got 1,036.
Yes.
And they've dropped.
They've already dropped 4 points, so that's 1,032. Is now their theoretical maximum.
So they have 32 points to play with.
Well,
maybe we say 950. And double points for 1,000.
Get Bernie back. Please don't.
Look, it's going to be a big scoring season, whichever way it flops. If the Merc gets nerfed into the ground at the start of June and the Ferrari starts to waltz off, it could be a big Ferrari year because they're not that far behind. They're only 30 odd points behind as it is. So, what is it, 31 points they're behind. They can overturn that in 2 race weekends, easy.
Well, in theory, they can overturn it in 1.
Well, yeah, if the Merc has a real shitter.
Austria, anyone?
But yeah, it's our top 2 teams have established themselves.
Oh yeah,
and their
bottom 2 teams have established themselves.
Yes, unfortunately,
I would go as far as saying our bottom 3 teams have established themselves.
Yeah, which is sort of really shit for Williams.
Yeah.
Because although Williams are tied with Audi on points, that Audi's got more to give.
Yeah. It just feels like the Audi is a better package than the Williams, and they've had a worse rub of the green, so to say. I think if things fall correctly and everything goes smoothly for Audi, then they're all right.
So, coming back to the sprint, and then I suppose that this will touch on the Grand Prix as a whole. People are obviously kicking up massive shit about these regulations because of the whole battery thing. But in their defense, the racing, like the actual racing product, has been fantastic.
Yeah, it's been better. I think the highlights have been the battles through the long corners. For me, that is the biggest positive we've got from this regulation change, is the fact that the cars can follow so much better through these corners, that we're making overtakes in unexpected. We're making overtakes in Formula 2 places. And that's not a shade on Formula 2. That is a positive, because Formula 2 have been able to make wacky overtakes in the most outrageous places possible, and they just make it stick because the cars are just that less draggy. The biggest detraction I've got is that everybody bemoaned DRS and DRS overtakes being the only overtakes we got. We are now seeing that effect on steroids with the depletion of the battery. Because when a driver runs out of juice, we're seeing a 50+ kilometer deficit to the guy behind, and they're just sailing past.
Yes.
It's not great racing. It doesn't make for great television when it's that easy. The overtakes in the corners, phenomenal. That is driver skill. That is nothing to do with battery deployment. It's nothing to do with, well, okay, it might be a little bit because the guy behind's got extra half a megajoule or whatever it is, but like for the most part, it's the driver and the car working in sync to produce a great move. It's not just running out of juice down the straight and being mobbed by everybody behind you.
Yeah.
If we can tweak that, if we can fix that issue, which obviously over the length of the season, we're not going to have many 1.2 kilometer long straights. It is a bit of an outlier in that respect, but if we can fix it for that sort of thing, then the racing will benefit so much as a whole, and the product will be better. My concerns going forward are other long straights, as you've suggested. The Strait of Baku is going to be a big issue, as I have pointed out, Monza, but equally Spa. The run from La Source up Eau Rouge and Radion and all the way down the Kemmel Strait, that's going to be very battery intensive, and I feel like that's not going to be fun.
And even La Source itself probably isn't a hard enough braking incident to fully charge a battery. Having just came down all through.
Oh, Blanchimont as well?
Blanchimont,
my god, yeah, that's going to be horrendous.
The bus stop chicane, that'll be a recharge point. The run down the start finish straight to La Source, and then all the way now.
Unironically, could Monaco be a banger this year because the cars?
That would be the really interesting thing watching Monaco.
I think Monaco and Hungary
had how wide the cars are,
because there's at least space.
Off the circuit. Yeah, Hungary is on the cars to be a banger this year because that is exactly the circuit that it would thrive at. The boost button down the home straight. That's exactly the right sort of length of straight it needs. The turn one and then the second straight, that's it. You might be able to, if you save your bit of boost, use it after turn 4 before you get into the sweeping right-hander of 5. Or you might be able to jab a boost on after the sweeper and dive in before the chicane. But equally, with the way these cars have been following, I think the second sector of that track is looking somewhat more reasonable for an overtake now.
Yeah.
Everything from turns after the chicane, so turn 8 onwards, is looking like you could have 2 lines through that corner.
It's Spa Sector 2.
In
fact, there's quite a lot of tracks that, looking at it, is you could overtake anywhere.
That's the beauty of what we've just seen in the Chinese Grand Prix weekend, with these long sweepers and the fact that you can take different lines, still have the grip, still follow, and overtake, is that so many other circuits are looking at this and going, brilliant, we've got corners like this. Suzuka next, the S's.
Next race.
This could be a banger. We could have fights all the way through the home straight, through the first corner, up through the S's, into Degner 1.
There is also, I've found the next track that could be an issue with battery, and that's Canada.
In fact, before that, Miami.
Oh,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that is a big straight, isn't
Miami
it?
Sector 1 might cook a little bit, though.
Yeah. And Sector 3, for that matter.
Well,
Sector 3 is the straight,
Sector 3 is the long straight, though, isn't it? Sectors 1 and 2 could.
Yeah.
Yeah, the long straight is Sector 2.
Surely not. Surely the third sector's more than just the last corner.
Oh, yeah, no, actually it is. So Sector 2 also has basically a massive straight between turn 8 and turn 11.
But it's not as
But it's got a bit of a curve on it as well, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So
it's flat.
It is flat, but with the boost, you can throw one down the inside.
So there's Japan next, which could cook.
Yeah.
Then there's Miami,
which we're iffy on.
Canada,
Canada, we're definitely iffy on. And then
there's Monaco. Could be an outlier.
Yeah.
If could
Monaco
go swing both ways.
We have to remember, gentlemen, the cars are only 50 millimeters narrower.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if Monaco cooks, these regulations are goated.
Yeah.
But then, like, I feel like the main point where people could overtake at Monaco is actually going up the hill.
No
Instead of
heroic.
Beau
Stand
Rivage.
up,
Yeah,
please.
After Sandoval, up Beau Rivage.
Yeah, instead of, because the obvious place for a driver to do it is through the tunnel into
Honestly,
the chicane.
I think the best shot is, and not wanting to self-promo or anything, turn 5, Mirabeau. Squirt a boost down the hill into Mirabeau.
I was just thinking that, actually.
Get it right, and you're a hero. Get it wrong, you do a Nico Rosberg.
The only
Better
thing
yet,
that
shot a boost into the hairpin.
Fuck off.
He's
gone too far. He's gone too far.
Yeah.
Better yet, boost round the hairpin and drift the fucker.
There is one tweak.
We have seen drivers send it down the inside into the hairpin before, to be fair.
Mick Schumacher.
Could one tweak they could do with this regulation just be like the amount of boost you get?
What, per lap allowance? Potential.
Because you think at Monaco, you shouldn't have the same amount of boost as you do at like Monza.
Yeah.
Scale it to track. So yeah, scale it to track length. You're allowed this much per 100 meters.
Do you know what else could unironically cook with this regulation set? Zandvoort.
Yeah.
Crazy choice. Yes.
Yes.
I'm literally just sitting scrolling through all the track maps on the website just now, and yeah.
And that's the track they're getting rid of.
Medium high speed corner.
We're about to have a banger at Zandvoort and they're going to bin it off.
Yeah.
For the mad ring.
I swear to God, if the mad ring has a banger because of these new regs, I'm going to be fuming. I'll tell you what, actually, I've rescind all my choices of problems. I've got a new king. Austria.
Yes. I was just thinking that. There's what?
You're just boosting everywhere.
Corners.
You're boosting everywhere.
3 heavy braking incidents on that track?
I would argue 2 heavy braking incidents. I think it's on the stab into turn 3 and then into turn 4.
And turn 9.
I think that's a medium. I don't think that's heavy braking because you carry so much speed through that corner.
Yeah, that is true.
I think it's
the amount of cars
2 heavy braking incidents at
drop
Austria.
it on that curb, putting the power down.
And Sergio Perez wins the Austrian Grand Prix in the Cadillac because everyone else has fucking crashed.
I'm going to say something that's probably going to be slightly unpopular here. Problem circuits. Great Britain?
Yes.
We all say it's a power circuit.
Why is my camera just zoomed in then?
Your camera got really interested in that.
It thought you had something to say then.
Yeah, it's this.
Actually, hang on. We've missed the goat. It's just straight lines. Las Vegas.
Yeah, that is an issue.
How is that not going to be a problem? It's just straight lines. Even if Qatar happens, that's not great because that's a MotoGP circuit, so there is not really any heavy braking.
Yeah, but Britain, that's an outlier that I hadn't really thought of before.
Because it is a power circuit.
Yeah.
You spend a majority of the lap on full throttle.
Because you've got braking incidents into Village, the Loop.
Yeah.
Luffield.
But then you could also see cars overtake into cops again.
Yeah.
Maggots and Beckett's.
Yeah.
Give me an overtaking Maggots and Beckett's.
I think the next intro.
Yeah, there's only about 4 heavy braking incidents at Silverstone.
And there are a variety of different types of heavy. So
I think one that might be cooked now is Singapore
yeah,
because the new layout is very
Yeah, can we
power.
bring back the old layout?
Old layout, yeah.
as if that would be better. Crazy.
Bring back the Singapore chicane.
Oh, put the
Singapore
sling.
sling.
Every car's going mental.
Give the Singapore
Yeah, but
sling
the
back.
Singapore sling would be
Yeah.
straight mode.
That'd be nuts. Right. Anyway, we discussed the potential downfalls of the
Yeah, we've just went through the entire calendar.
Should we actually do quali?
Yeah, let's go back to China.
We've been so distracted by the rule set. Sorry, I sort of sent us down a rabbit hole there.
But basically,
Yeah,
what we've
it was
done
a
is
good conversation though.
I'm quite good at sending us off on
We've-
random tangents.
instead of using that time wisely and doing it in the slot where there's fuck all going on in April.
Yeah, we've now got a month with no
We-
Formula One.
We can
And we
now
just wasted an episode.
we can now go back and do it in depth and give a presentation each on which we think will be the worst circuits.
Oh, class. Yeah. Yeah,
what
that's nice.
will be shit.
I expect Google Slides presentations. I stress Google Slides because I don't have Microsoft subscription.
Yeah.
Actually,
Well,
we can use it online, can't we?
Things are
Office
available.
365.
Yeah. Other presentation services are available.
Mm.
I think 365 is free online.
Yeah, it is.
Right, qualifying.
Quality. Sergio Perez managed to set a time.
He did.
The bottom six were the bottom six again, but it was not Noah's Ark.
It was not.
Valtteri Bottas beat an Aston Martin.
He was only 2
Comfortably.
tenths behind the other one as well.
Yeah. Beaten by half a second, so it's pretty comfortable.
And Sergio Perez was not that far away from the 107% time.
He was a whole second slower than Lance.
If he was over that 107% time, then Perez has won the Monaco Grand Prix and the Bahrain Grand Prix or the Sakir.
And he has so many race entries behind him.
Yeah.
And championship points as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. That everyone would definitely check.
And
well.
pole positions, just like Lance.
Exactly.
Honestly, imagine the uproar if they let Lance compete, but they didn't let Sergio compete.
That would be so fun.
Would have been wild.
Yeah, not allowing Perez.
Personally, I'd have been fuming, and because that would ruin my Perez prediction.
That would be a new one for the Perez position predictor.
109. DNQ, yeah. Christ.
But yeah, and then both Williams eliminated.
Yeah. Q2 was pretty much what we expected. Both the Audis, both the Racing Bulls, squeaky bum time.
Yeah, but even more squeaky bum time than previously. 0.002.
Yeah. It's unlucky for Nico. But he gave it a good shot. I mean, Audi's first full season, I know it's a rebadged old team, but at the same time, it is a new operation.
It's a whole...
It's their own power unit, yeah. So you can't throw any shade on them for that. This is a new unit. They've had a bit more time to sort of acclimatise to it than Cadillac, per se, but they're making a much better show of it. Then both Racing Bulls is a bit unfortunate. I didn't mention this last week, and I feel like we glossed over it. So I'm going to bring it up now. Arvid Lindblad, points on debut, solid effort. Unfortunately, didn't have quite such a good weekend this weekend, but it seems like that's where the car was.
He got a bit done dirty with practice, so I got like 6 laps.
Yeah, he had a car issue. But still, to be able to put it in within touching distance of his teammate, like a 2/200ths of a second off your teammate who actually had the full hour.
Yeah.
Decent.
And then Yeah, Q3 was a bit of a Noah's Ark with Behrman in 10th, then the 2 Red Bulls, an Alpine, the
And
2
then
McLarens,
2x2
the
by
2
2.
Ferraris, and the 2 Mercedes.
Mm.
But this time, it was Kimi Antonelli that put it on pole.
Did Lewis
The
out-qualify Charles last week, or am I going crazy?
No, Charles.
I was going to say that means all 3 of the top teams are in the opposite order.
Mm.
So it's 2x2, but backwards.
Yeah. Yeah, youngest ever F1 pole position holder in either format.
Yeah.
Because he also holds that record for the sprint.
He's a completionist. What can you say?
Mm.
Sadly, there's one record he can't win, and that's youngest Grand Prix winner due to a certain Max Verstappen. He did, however,
he's crashing out.
He did, however, get the second youngest Grand Prix winner. Mm. So this was Kimi's show.
Yeah.
He put it together. Yes, George had a bit of an issue at the start of Q3. With whatever that was.
He still had the chance for a fast lap.
Yeah.
And he wasn't that far off. He was
2/10.
Like, that's not huge.
Yeah, I also think the big thing though was Kimi was quicker in Q2 as well.
Mm.
But then there's also the thing of
quicker in Q1. Actually.
No.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I'm staring at the time.
The thing. It's like when Perez was at Red Bull. If Verstappen's not there, you need to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, George wasn't there. Kimi had to be there, and he was.
And he was.
So. Yeah, it didn't really matter if George didn't qualify because it was still a Merc on pole.
Mm.
Yeah.
I was low-key kind of hopeful that it was going to be just Kimi on pole because that would have meant he'd be leading the championship.
Mm.
Alas, no.
No, he is one point behind.
And that is the sprint difference. Yeah. So he's there. He's knocking on the door.
Yeah, we were talking about this before we started recording. If he stays there, we could be on for another sort of 2014 fantastic season, in that we know one of 2 drivers are going to win the championship.
Just which one?
If they're going absolute hammer and tongue all season, but if the Mercedes even gets slightly nerfed, that 2-car battle becomes 4.
Mm. You say that, like, the first half of the race, right? Amazing. 4 cars all duking it out. The second half of the race, the Ferraris fell away.
Yeah.
They finished a long way back. Like, how far was Lewis? Lewis was 25 seconds off the lead. And Charles was a further 3 seconds behind Lewis. They had minced those tyres. Yes, mostly that was in a fight with A, trying to keep George behind, and then B, duking it out with each other, which Charles loved and made his thoughts on that clear on the radio.
Lewis said as well after the race as well. He said it was fantastic.
Mm. That was probably some of the best Formula One racing I've seen in easily the last 5 years.
I think Lewis is moving to, what was it, turn 8?
Outrageous.
Fantastic. You do not see overtakes there.
No.
As you say, prime, like,
it feels like
territory if they were there.
The last overtake at that point was probably Lewis when he overtook Vettel in like 2011 or something stupid.
What a move.
Mm.
Early contender, I think, for overtake of the year.
Oh, very much so. Yeah, definitely. And then behind them, another half a minute behind them, Ollie Behrman in a Haas P5. Another solid drive. That man is 5th in the driver's standings.
Yeah, it feels like he's trying to do like a sneaky Lando Norris of like 2021 when he is in the top 5 for so long. You think, how is he there?
Well, he's doing it.
Yeah.
If the other teams continue to have the problems that they're having, he could very well be there at the end of the season.
Yeah,
he could easily.
Ollie Behrman is not just best of the rest; he is bettering some of the rest. Like both McLarens and both Red Bulls are behind him.
I feel like the one interesting thing is if Ollie keeps going the way he is, everyone was sort of like, we'll see how Lewis does this season, then Ollie can be in next season in the Ferrari. Does that happen now?
I think that might depend on Lewis.
It's all on Lewis. The ball is in his court, I think. Because he's shown that he's more than capable of racing that car, so it's not a question of age. It's a question of talent, and he's shown he has it. The funniest tweet or post on social media or whatever I saw this week was just one of those sort of like dawning realization faces, and it was Lewis when he realizes that he could have won his 8th if he just stayed at Merck.
Yeah.
But no, even then,
because are you really thinking that Lewis isn't going to wipe the floor with George, or there isn't going to be a little bit of George? Lewis wants his 8th. You can win it. You can win it next year, but Lewis wants his 8th.
If Lewis was against George now, I feel like it'd be a lot more like 2014, 2015 Rosberg v Hamilton.
It might even be
vibes.
2016
when toys got thrown out the pram.
Yeah,
yeah.
2016 was when it got ugly.
So I think with the thing is with George and Kimi is that this is Kimi's first win.
Yeah.
So you can't really like be like, oh my god, title fight now. Blah, 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 blah.
I can dream. I can dream.
We can dream. We can dream. Yes.
What's the record for most second places in a season?
It's probably Norris last year.
Yeah. Well, he only had like what 8?
Probably something. But like it gets to a point in like round, say
Ferrari
is
Valtteri Bottas. Bro
might
lived
be
in second place.
No, yeah, it was Ham Verbot, actually.
Yeah, but for a long time it was Hambot Ver.
This is true.
But yeah, say Ferrari start to creep in. It wouldn't surprise us if Mercedes went, right, George is being number 1. It is what it is.
Yeah, drivers' championship wise, I'm just gonna make sure I'm actually looking at the correct championship. Yes, so Kimi is 4 points behind George. Lewis is then it's Leclerc 13 points behind Kimi, 17 behind George, and Lewis is a further point back, and then it's Ollie Behrman in 5th.
I think
it's now a good time to talk about McLaren.
Just one more thing on this briefly. Last season, I think will have done Kimi a world of good because the McLaren wasn't at the front. So Kimi has had to learn his racecraft last year, and now he can use that racecraft when he doesn't quite qualify where he needs to, when he doesn't have the start that he wanted. He can now use that experience that he had in the mid-pack where the Mercedes was, and use that to blast through everyone.
That is another thing. You think of all of Kim's starts this year, Melbourne, he had a rotter at the start. China Sprint, he had another rotter at the start. Race comes down, he has a good start.
Puts it on pole, has the start of a lifetime.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Still get overtaken by the Ferraris, but...
Yeah, but he did enough.
There's nothing you can do about that, can you?
That's sort of an inevitability at this point. I do want to point out, Kimi is very young.
Yes.
The last time an Italian won a Grand Prix was in 2006. How old was Kimi?
1.
He wasn't even born.
Maybe, I don't know.
Correct. His mum would have been in the 2nd trimester.
No, nice.
The last Italian winner of a Grand Prix was
Fisichella.
It's Giancarlo Fisichella won Malaysia on the 19th of March.
Where did he? I swear he finished somewhere in Spa in 2009.
Well, it's not a win because they've been banging on that it's been since
Oh,
2006.
he might have got pole. He might have got pole then.
Yeah.
I'm having a look.
But yeah, the 19th of March,
'cause it was-
2006, and Kimi was born in
Yeah, he finished second
August or
in
something.
Force India.
Yeah, 25th of August.
And he put it on pole in a Force India.
This is solid effort.
So now it's time to go back.
That was actually an Italian one too. There's Fizzy and then Trulli.
Absolute cinema.
Time to go back to the sort of downside of this regulation. Another race, 4 did not start.
2 of them are
Same thing.
electrical issues from the PU. I feel like some fines should be levied. If you can't provide a power unit that works, you get fined.
Is that just because Mercedes?
Give me my money back. Actually, I want to pose an interesting idea here, right? I know that you get some engineer from the PU manufacturer that lives with the team and embeds themselves within the team. I think that needs to be expanded upon. I think you need a team of people from the PU manufacturer on the first year of a rule change. I think for the first year of a power unit regulation change, you should have 5 members per team that you are providing an engine to. Purely so that you can help that team, your customer, let's not forget that, they are paying for these, so you can help your customer get up to speed with how everything works. And when things go wrong, what to do. So that we're not just left with, shit's fucked.
It should be stressed, it was obviously different issues that affected both
but they were
cars.
both electrical and both PU related. So
Albon, also in a Mercedes powered car, did not start.
Was a different issue though. I can't remember what they said it was, but I don't think it was PU related.
And then Bortoletto in the Audi DNS.
Look, as new power unit, not unsurprising. Look at Red Bull, 2 DNFs in 2 races. So, and that's the first year of their own power unit. So it's par for the course, I want to say, with new engines. But the fact that it was 3 Mercedes powered cars doesn't look good.
I think another thing would be the fact of you think the previous years that we've had, probably 3, 4 reliability issues of probably you could count them all on 2 hands, probably.
Yeah, I did not start was incredibly rare.
Yeah, and now, I mean, okay, let's. I was going to say now Oscar's had 2 back to back. Let's put it in perspective. Oscar dropped it. Admittedly, that's due to a power spike issue due to the regulations and how your deployment is allowed. Because apparently, if he'd actually had his foot down at full throttle, he wouldn't have got the power spike. I don't know. I haven't looked into how you're allowed to deploy power that much in the regs yet. I haven't delved into the paperwork, but if that's true, then that seems a little bit dumb. That you can get a massive power spike when you're at 80% throttle, but you don't get it when you're at 100. Okay, sure. But yeah, it's not a good look when you've got so many cars not making the distance. Okay, Aston Martin is its own beast. That's their own fault. That's a bit different. That just looks bad for them because they've fucked it. But when you've got and they're the only ones with their power unit, that's fine. That's them. That's isolated. But when you've got a team that is out front dominating and finishing 20 seconds ahead of everybody else, that is providing engines to teams that can't even get to the grid, it's a bit embarrassing.
Although, that being said, I've just looked up the race results from the Australian Grand Prix 2014.
How many DNSs? Or DNFs, sorry.
There's no DNSs, There is, however, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 did not finishes, and 1 disqualification.
Oh,
Maldonado.
No, Ricardo.
Oh.
Was
Yeah, he had a-
disqualified from second place. The only
Yeah.
time an Aussie's ever been on the podium in
And he was
Aussie.
Because it meant
disqualified.
that
And he
it
got
was
disqualified
Jensen's last
for a
podium.
maximum permitted fuel flow rate issue.
Oh, Ferrari know all about those. That's where they got the idea and started cooking.
Yeah. And then in race 2 in Malaysia, again, it still wasn't great. We had 1 did not start. Funnily enough, Sergio Perez.
But what's that's Force India?
Yeah.
So that was Mercedes engine at the time?
Yep.
Yes. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Mm.
6 did not finishes.
And how many of those are Mercedes engines?
None.
All crashes then.
Funnily enough, Daniel Ricciardo again in the Red Bull.
Renault, wasn't it, at that point?
Yeah. Red Bull,
Yeah, it's
Renault.
expected.
3 Ferraris and another 2 Renaults.
Oof.
Lotus and
Back in the days when
STR.
Renault provided engines to someone other than themselves.
STR, Scuderia Toro Rosso.
Oh, what a name. What a name. Bring it back.
I'm just loving seeing like
The old team names.
names, yeah. Lotus, Caterham, Marussia.
Okay, the
Maybe
first two,
that's
yes.
what-
The third one, not so much.
Sauber. Actual Sauber.
Proper Sauber. No sponsorship. 2012 was a great year for Sauber. Do you know why?
Why?
Chelsea
It's because
sponsorship.
Perez. No, I was going to say because Perez started to cook in the car. Apparently
Didn't he
not.
have that
It's
in
just 'cause-
2014 as well. When,
Oh, I thought it was just 2012.
No, because I remember in the duel in the desert when Maldonado flipped someone upside down.
That's why you remember it, not the
There was a
famous battle
Chelsea
for the
badge
win.
on the. No, I remember that incident as well as the
Yeah.
famous battle for the win.
Yeah.
There's a Chelsea badge on the front of the car.
Google just says 2012. During the 2012 Formula 1 season, yeah.
I have thought of a way that they can make this look less embarrassing about the did not starts and all.
Hmm.
So they alter graphics about the speed and the battery.
Mm-hmm.
Just alter the graphic to say like McLaren Alpine engine, Audi Alpine engine, or Renault engine.
Yeah.
And it would all make sense.
But they don't have
And everyone
engines
being
anymore.
like, yeah, but like the casuals and all,
Honda
they
engine.
don't know that.
Honda
Yeah.
engine. That's all it needs.
Yeah,
Honda 15 engine.
definitely sponsored by Chelsea in 2014.
Oh, really?
Because yeah, there's the
It's actually
dildo nose,
shithouse the podium.
and there's no. I just looked up a picture of it, and it's got a Chelsea badge on the front. Something we've actually overlooked when talking about the race, as we went on another tangent.
Mm-hmm.
Lewis Hamilton, first podium in the Ferrari.
He has. He's done it.
That will be a weight off his shoulders. I expect him to kick on now.
Yes. He should do.
I don't know. I feel like the weight was probably after Melbourne.
Yeah.
To be like last year was a fucking riot.
Yeah, but like even then, to be beat by Charles again was this time.
But yeah,
Charles, he's got that podium. He outraced Charles on the day.
Yeah. He outqualified him. He outraced him. It's as good as it gets.
Yeah.
For a second place team. I mean, when one team is that far clear, you are fighting for a trophy.
Yeah.
So that's what you can hope for. In this instance, fourth really is the first loser.
Yeah, pretty much. I do expect that Ferrari to pick up at least one race win this season.
I can see it being Monaco. gas the start,
Just a race start.
get them into Sandoval, park the fucking bus. Do your pit stop, gas the exit of the pit stop, park the fucking bus.
Didn't we just promise everyone an absolute banger at Monaco?
We did. I'm now putting in a reality check.
Is there anything else we sort of need to cover?
We didn't promise a banger. We've promised a banger at Hungary and Zandvoort.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Max Verstappen being done at the pit stop by a Racing Bulls.
Lovely job.
That is not something you see very often from the Red Bull mechanics.
No. But still funny as fuck.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Max Verstappen, and I'm going to bring Lando Norris into this as well.
Oh, is this the comments about the car?
Yeah.
It's amazing what 4 weeks does, isn't it?
To be fair, Verstappen's been pretty negative about these regulations for a while.
He's been negative about it for years. I saw an interview from like 2021, 2022, when they were announcing these sort of power changes. And he was talking about how Christian had shown him the simulations, and it just doesn't look good.
So, yeah, Max has been critical for a while. Norris, however.
Yeah, it's a bit of a 180. It's what we call hindsight.
It's reminding me of the Lando Norris that we criticised a few times before he won a championship. Of just being whiny for the sake of being whiny.
I mean, to be fair, the first comment was banter. The first comment, obviously, sorry for those who don't know, he was asked about, Max had made like negative comments about the car, and he was like, well, you know, Max can retire if he wants. We're paid a stupid amount of money to drive these cars.
Yeah.
So he can just retire if he doesn't want to, if he's not enjoying it.
Yeah.
And then 4 weeks later, he's like, these cars are shit.
It reminds me a bit of when the McLaren was a bit shit. And he's like, oh, it's easy to win races when you've got the best car. And then he had the best car. It's like, whoa, everything's great. It's amazing.
It's a matter of perspective, isn't it?
To the, it's dead easy to win races when you've got the best car, sort of Lando Norris. And that's why I've never been his biggest fan. And I thought, I gave him praise at the end of the season, like when he won the championship, and he seemed to realise how hard it was. And we just went straight back to square one.
I had a similar criticism of one Sir Lewis Hamilton. There was an interview conducted with the BBC sometime in the early 2010s, I think it was during 2012, where Hamilton was quoted saying that he believed that Vettel dominance was bad for the sport and it could bore fans. Man went on to then stay with a constructor that won 8 years in a row.
And he won 6 out of those 8 drivers' championships as well.
Somewhat hypocritical much, but that's the sport. So, you know, I think everybody's guilty of it to some extent.
When he jumped in the bus of the Mercedes, you didn't really get that repeat of Max's domination is boring. He's like, well, they're fast. We need to be them.
Yeah, that's the point of it's. He's learned with regards to domination isn't necessarily a bad thing, and to just shut your mouth. I think Lando is still a bit younger and a bit more. I don't want to say hot-headed, but a bit more impulsive, shall we say? He does wear his heart on his sleeve. It's something I'm not going to criticize him for, because, you know, he actually tells you what he thinks of things, which is refreshing in a world of very scripted PR answers. It's nice to just have a driver that just says it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, Max is also
says it.
Yeah. Max is also that breath of fresh air in a way. Admittedly, the FIA tried to silence him at some stage, but, you know, he fought back and he's had his way. But it's just, Yeah, it's one of those things. Comments are comments. I don't think we can deep it too much, you know.
I don't know, I quite enjoyed the game of favorite driver tennis then. If you want to carry on.
Well, I mean, I'm waiting for George Russell to say something, and then I'm going in.
All he needs to do is like a team radio after a victory, and then it's just he's already started the train of people are already jumping onto it of being like, fuck Russell. It's went from Max to Norris, and now it's going to go to George, and it's just an ongoing cycle.
Russell for a long time, to be fair.
Yeah.
I can't wait for this intercontinental ballistic Mercedes to strike every race on the track.
Anyway, shall we do?
I liked George when he beat Lewis in the Merc in 2022.
Yes.
Since then, it's been a downward spiral.
Yes. He has gotten too big for his proverbial boots. I've said it.
Yeah. So, predictions.
Let's start with pole and podium. Absolute banter.
Sprint.
Yeah, pole and podium predictions includes the sprint, pole, and sprint winner.
Okay.
I just call it the pole and podium championship. Absolute banter. Last year's champion, Sonia. Back-to-back stinkers. 1 point again.
Ooh.
Which means Sonia's on a total of 2 for the season. It's not looking good, Brev. In third place, but also second last, is Mel on 4 points for correctly putting Russell second and putting Antonelli in third on the podium. In second place, but also fourth, is Ben on 5 points.
I'm getting scared you're about to say something horrific.
Because you got Russell as the sprint winner and correctly put Russell on second on the podium, but you had Hamilton in the wrong place on the podium. That's 5 points for you. And in first place, 3 people. Myself, Chris, and my girlfriend Emily. Ben, you just got cooked by someone who has started doing these predictions this year.
Right, I'm just going to say inside source, you could easily be helping her.
I'm not.
So that would be my claim.
To be fair, we've got the video footage of it.
And yeah, that's fine.
The only things I have helped her with are a couple of positions on her driver's championship.
How many points am I behind? 1. Is it 1 or 3?
Well, this week it was 2, but overall
just
you
because I didn't predict
ahead.
Merc 1-2. How fucking boring! Honest to God.
Then you got to play the game.
But who's top on countback?
Chris.
Great. So what you've done is just you're putting it on me to be like, yeah, my girlfriend's in front of you, so at least I don't have to think about Chris being top of the old fucking thing.
Yeah, it's only for this weekend though, mate. You're still ahead of her in the championship.
Yeah. Oh, I think Ben thought you meant the whole championship.
No, just this weekend. Championship, right?
Thank God for that.
Give it another week and it might happen. Bottom to top, Sonia is in last on 2 points. Mel is above her in fifth on 5 points. Emily is in fourth on 8. I am in third on 11. Ben is in second on 12. Chris is in the lead on 13.
Oh, no.
2 points separates the top 3.
Chris is going to want the old fucking thing null and void.
Stop the count! Stop the count!
It's all done.
Bold predictions.
He's been predicting Merc 1 and 2 the past 4 years, and now it's finally
paid dividends. Bold predictions. I said that Valtteri Bottas would retire on lap 42. He didn't. Ben, you said a car would be lapped in the sprint. They weren't. Mel said an Aston Martin would be classified in the race. They were not. It was a double DNF. And Chris, you said no safety car or VSC. Sorry, Lance Stroll said no.
Yeah, that was a safety car in both races.
Lapdown Showdown. The official result was Fernando Alonso on lap 33, and he DNF'd. Which means nobody got the correct driver. I was the closest on lapped, because I said 34. I was just one off, that's not bad. But nobody said DNF either. We all gave a number of laps down, which I feel like we've missed a trick. We've all gone, oh yeah, it'll be 10 laps down. It'll be 5 laps down. No. DNF.
I was expecting them to come back out. Didn't I say like 10 laps down?
You did say 10 laps down, yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, it's time for...
Oh, I didn't have it on cue.
Cut.
I'm Sergio Perez, and I drive for Cadillac F1 team.
The Perez position predictor.
It's a bit of a dodgy one this week. I'm going to give it to you, Chris.
See?
As you are the only person... Why have I coloured it like that? You're the only person who has got one of the positions exactly correct. You said that he would finish 22nd in qualifying, and he did. I would like to stress that I did not give Mel the point for 22nd in sprint qualifying, because as far as I'm concerned, not setting a time is not finishing 22nd.
No, that's not classified.
Yeah. So just making that important distinction now of he's last is 2 different brackets of last.
He didn't qualify, so...
Yeah. In second place would be myself, because I've got 2 of the closest results. I said he'd finished 20th in the sprint and he finished 19th. And I said he'd finished 17th in the race and he finished 15th. So I was the closest there. So that one would be second. Mel would be third for having... Actually, no. I think it's joint third between Ben and Mel. Actually, I've miscoloured my cells. There we go. Let's sort those out. Nice and easy. Red. There we go. That's better. Yeah. There we go. Error's done. We were joined by a support series.
We were. Shall we do social media first?
Oh shit, yeah, I forgot about social
media. So the guys that I've got predictions from don't do poll, so it's just winners for the sprint and
have you not given them the updated 2026 rule set, Chris?
I gave them it, but they're not playing.
That's the FIA.
They're predicting McLaren's 1 and
2. Darren got no points in the sprint for saying Leclerc in second. Sorry, to win it. So is that the right race? That's got to be.
He's predicting Monaco last year.
I now have the sprint ones. Sorry, I went too far back. Darren still didn't get the point because he said Leclerc. 0 points for Jamie for the sprint for Antonelli. Yanka got Russell. Katie said Norris, so that's 0 points. Meg said Russell. Ben said Russell. Obviously, I did. As did Jordan, so they all got 1 point from the sprint. As for the race, we know my points. Ben got 2 points for for Russell and Antonelli on the podium in the wrong places. Katie got 2 points for Russell and Antonelli.
It's my second account, so got it fucking wrong.
Jordan got 4 points for Hamilton in third, Russell... 6 points for Hamilton in third, Russell in second. But he said Leclerc was going to win the race. He did not. Darren got 6 points for Antonelli in first, Hamilton in third. Jamie got 5 points for Hamilton in third, Russell and Antonelli in the wrong places. And Meg got 3 points. 4 points for Russell in first and Antonelli in third. So just the wrong spot.
Fair.
So well done to all of you guys. I did get a bold prediction, but I can't find it. But I'm pretty sure it was wrong.
Merc 1-2.
That's not that bold, to be fair.
That is
I believe
Very
that's
not
what it's
bold.
called. A given.
Well, we should do that next year. Unbold predictions.
Unbold
The
prediction.
most boring prediction you can think of. At least one car will finish the race.
Gets null and void after one race.
Yeah, you can't repeat any throughout the whole season. And we have to keep coming up with really mundane predictions.
I would
out.
That would be the return of unexpected DNF.
Yeah, but you can only use it once.
Yeah.
So for Canada, mine would be a groundhog is shown on the broadcast feed. It's circuit specific. It's only going to be used once. Fucking bosh, mate. I'm cooking on this.
Darren said bold will be at least 2 from the top 4 teams will retire. Are we going to count that?
I think so.
It did not start a retirement?
I mean, it was forced to not take part in the race. I count that as a type of retirement.
Darren will give you that. And lap down, he went with Sergio Perez on lap 18. He didn't say how many laps down, so I'm going to go with 1. So that doesn't beat anything we did.
No. There we have
Aren't we great?
Yes, I am.
So, Rich, F1 Academy, please.
F1 Academy, our first round. Plenty of new faces, so excuse me if I get some names wrong. Some returning ones too. Qualifying. Alicia Parmovsky picked up where she left off. Pole position. She managed to get one. This is good. Progress for her at the Campos team. The latest change, Alba Larson, now backed by the Ferrari Driver Academy, after Maya Berg obviously finished her second season last year. Alba Larson put it in second place. This is a big improvement. Things that you'd sort of hope to see in a second season. It was one that I was looking out for because Alba was sort of on the fringes of a podium last year, but never quite got one. So second is good from her. And then Emma Felbermeyer, now backed by Audi, not Sauber like she was last year. She put in third, and we do have an 8th place reverse grid pole position. So we will run through 8th, 7th, and 6th. We have Nina Gaidman in 8th, again for MP, same as Alba Larson. We have, this is one of the new ones. Oh God. Where is it gone? I had a tab. This was a really late announcement in terms of things. It was Natalia Granada. She is racing for the Sephora team, which is run by Prema. She qualified 7th, not bad on debut. And also on debut was Lisa Billard in the Gatorade car. I love F1 Academy for the fact that everything is so unique. Like, okay, so for this year, if you didn't know, each team in F1 backs a car, which means we have 8 cars that are not backed by an F1 team. So they get backed by other things. So we have Alpine, we have Tag Heuer, we have Audi, we have Aston Martin, Mercedes, Ferrari, Gatorade, Racing Bulls, Sephora, McLaren, Red Bull. Just Sports was sponsoring the wildcard entry this time. We have McLaren Oxagon, the best one, unbiased, Lego, American Express, Puma, Haas, and Williams. The Lego car is also available as a Lego set. Phenomenal. I will be trying to acquire one on Wednesday. Anyway, yes, so that was 8th and 7th and 6th. So they became 1, 2, and 3 on the reverse grid poll. And Nina Gaderman took it in a very, very commanding drive, actually. With Natalia Granada in her first F1 Academy race start, finishing second. And Emma Felbermeyer managing to make up a fair few places. I think it was 5 places in the end, to finish third on the podium. So a good start to the season there. It gets even better for Emma because she won the main race. Alicia Parmovsky finishing second, and Peyton Westcott, the Mercedes driver, finishing third. It's unfortunate because Alba Larson was leading the race for a long time, and there was a late safety car after who was it? Jade Jacquet went into the back of Esme Kosterman at the hairpin and caused a safety car, and Alba Larson took a bit too much beans into the last corner on the safety car restart and put it in the gravel.
But you say a late safety car. That
dropped
was
to
lap,
8th.
That was lap 4.
There must have been a 7th safety car then. Because the safety car restart was on like lap 8. And there's only 13 laps.
DNF'd on lap 9.
That's more like it.
And Robertson for High Tech DNF'd on lap 11.
Yes. Yeah, it was on the restart, and there was only like 3 or 4 laps left at that point, and she dropped down to 8th in the end, so it was unfortunate. But
she also had a howler in race 1 where she finished dead last.
Yes, she made contact on the entry to, as you've come all the way around the first corner, and then it's the left one. She'd stuck her nose in a little bit too far and lost her front wing. So it's either 2 or 3. But she stuck her nose in and lost her front wing, so came in and had to pit for a new front wing.
3, technically.
There you go. Yeah, so, I mean, look, it was just one of those moves, and she got really lucky, actually, to even finish the race, because the front wing went under the car, but in such a way that it broke and spat out the side. So she didn't spear off the road, which was very lucky. But yeah, I think Alba Larson is one to watch this year. She's shown good pace. She just needs to iron out a few little bits and pieces.
And we will next see F1 Academy in 2 months when they arrive in Montreal.
Yeah.
As they were scheduled to race in Jeddah, which has, for obvious reasons, been cancelled.
Yes.
F2 we will now not be seeing until Monaco in June. So it's a 3-month gap for Formula 2.
That's going to be havoc.
And Formula 3 we are not seeing again until Monaco. So both of those junior series have got a 3-month gap now due to the cancellation of Sakir.
I want to raise an interesting question after I saw a video on social media of the onboard of Fernando Alonso at the Chinese Grand Prix. The man repeatedly let go of the steering wheel in order to give his hands a rest from the vibrations coming through. At what point does the FIA intervene on safety grounds due to a problem known as HAVS, or HAVS, which is hand-arm vibration syndrome, which is often linked to people in the construction profession who use heavy machinery such as jackhammers. They get a problem which is known as vibration white finger, which is where your fingers look like they're cold because there's just no blood getting to them, and it can cause permanent and painful numbness and tingling in the hands and arms. At what point is either A, Fernando Alonso suing the shit out of Lawrence Stroll, or B, the FIA intervening on the grounds of safety?
Yeah, we'll need to keep an eye on that one.
That is my, not a question for now, but a question for the coming months. It's something I will be keeping an eye on because I had to do a safety course as part of when I was at uni for the degree. It was quite a big thing, was vibration white finger. So something I'll be keeping a keen eye on.
And on that note, it's time to end this week's episode of the Turn 5 podcast. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you next week for the Japanese Grand Prix preview. But until then, ta-ra for now.